Destination Mark.
Oh my god. Hey guys, how's it going? Marcelo here, and yeah, this is my first impressions video on Mighty Number 9. Jesus, this wasn't a hard one to quit very early on. I think I should just say, first and foremost, just to preface everything, I was never a huge fan of Mega Man. I tried playing Mega Man X, and I think the first one, the very, very first one as well, at one point, and I couldn't get into it. So, I don't know, there's so many games, so many spin-off whatevers, and it's just very much like in that realm of Sonic for me, where it's just like, sure, it might have been popular, like, unanimously, but I didn't care for it. So, not saying the whole franchise is bad, I'm just saying, I guess. Mega Man's just for me. So when this was announced, funny enough, when this was announced, I was like, oh, okay, there's a bunch of, because I think Mighty Number 9, I want to say, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think Mighty Number 9 was announced after Ukulele. And when Ukulele was announced, I was like, holy shit, I've never played a rare platformer. I am now with Conquer, but at that point I hadn't played Conquer yet, and I still to this day have not played either Banjo-Kazooie or Banjo-Tooie, so I'm like, but they're going to make another game that's a spiritual successor to Banjo-Kazooie, and like, those did well, so hopefully this does well too, because they have the right mindset, all that stuff. I'm like, okay, awesome. And then Mighty Number 9 was announced, I'm like, oh, it's the same thing but with Mega Man, and like I just said, I was never into Mega Man, but I'm like, maybe this one might do good, like, just because Mega Man hasn't gotten, I guess, the attention he deserves as of, recent. The most action he's gotten is in Smash Brothers, to be honest, but this was announced, I'm like, okay, and it's being kickstarted, okay, just like Ukulele was, and you all know the story. I'm not going to ramble on too long on the story, the backstory of Mighty Number 9. You know how it started out looking good, and then there was a bunch of shit that was happening, and then when it came out it looked like shit, and there was also the that one trailer.
And make the bad guys cry like an anime fan on prom night.
Yeah, that one, so I don't know what else to say except that everyone is right. This game sucks. I have the digital Wii U version, and I'm not sure if it's the digital version, the physical version, or just the Wii U version altogether, which is supposed to be the most broken of all of them. Although I didn't experience any game-breaking bugs or glitches or anything like that yet. I don't know how much further I'm going to play through this game. I didn't get very far at all. I got this late last night prior to this recording, and I hadn't played it yet, and so I played it just before filming this, so it's fresh in my mind still. Wow. Okay, this is supposed to be a first impressions video, not a review, so I'm not going to go over the plot of this game is and all of that stuff. Like, that's for a review. This is just first impressions. What did I get out of this? It sucks. It sucks. Oh my god. I don't know if the other versions are any better. I don't want to find out because I wasted all my money on this, all my Nintendo card money. So I mean, I don't know. Where do we even begin? Where to begin? Well, the obvious graphical, oh god, the explosions, the particle effects for the explosions in this game are magnificent in that, yeah, it looks like exploding pizza. So in said trailer where the explosions look very shitty, they look very shitty in the game as well. Funny enough, the controls though, okay, well, there are pros and cons about the controls. The pros are that it actually feels, in some areas, if you, I guess you know what you're doing, it feels very fluid with the whole dash attack and all of that stuff. I'm not sure what the purpose of dashing through the enemies is yet. Like, I did that a whole lot, but I don't know what are you supposed to do it? Like, is there something you get for doing it? Is there a purpose for doing it? Or is it just another quicker way to finish off your enemies? Because they turn a different color. It starts out blue, and then some enemies turn like green or red or yellow. But once they turn a certain color and get in this like dazed state, you can either keep shooting them and kill them completely like that, or you can just dash through them and absorb their whatevers. I don't even remember what they said, and we'll get to that in a moment too, the dialogue and all that shit. But anyway, with the gameplay, it can be fluid in certain points from what I experienced right now. I don't know how bullshitty they get though, like later on. if at all. I mean, you know, I'm trying to stay optimistic, but I've taken everything everyone said into consideration, and then with my own experience, which is what this video is supposed to be about, it's just, it wasn't, fuck this game. The cons are that, one of the cons I found is that when you jump up to grab a ledge, it doesn't feel good to grab a ledge. It doesn't feel good, and sometimes you can miss altogether. Like there's this one part early on in the game where there's an oil slick and it covers the entire bottom floor, so you have to platform your way across, and then one of the enemies sets it aflame, and so it's just woof, fire all the way down. Well, I'm a fucking idiot, and then there's electricity, little zappy things on the top near the ceiling, so if you hit the zappy thing or get hit by an enemy, I fell down there, and I kept getting hit by the fire, and I was trying to get up onto the platform, any platform that was moving, but because they were moving, my head kept hitting the ceiling of the platform, or the bottom, I guess, and I couldn't get out, so I was trapped in the fire, and I died, and I'm like, what the fuck? You can't, it's not accurate, is the thing. So it was a real downer, because in other games that I've played before, I mean, if you wanted to have, Rayman does this way better, with the fast, snappy, like, you grab onto the ledge, boom, you're up. So that's kind of what I can relate it to. But my number 9 fails at that. It didn't feel good to, you know, maneuver your way through the levels. It felt very clunky and kind of choppy. I did experience, I said there weren't any game-breaking stuff, but I did experience a little bit of frame rate issues. So that was really weird. It was never at a consistent frame rate. Not that it was like so like choppy that it was going like almost slow-mo. Not in that sense of like a couple frames a second, like just so broken. Like it wasn't like that. I'm not sure if any version, maybe this version can get that bad. I don't know. I'm just saying, like, it wasn't that bad, but it was very noticeable, and it was still, yeah, like, that's a whole other thing. Some people buy, like, you know how you hear that some people buy games for the frame rate and all that stuff. This is not one of them you'd want to buy for the frame rate because it's so bad. But anyway, so frame rate issues, controls can feel good and fluid at some points, but at other points I'm trying to grab onto fucking ledges. It doesn't feel that great. Yeah, let's talk about the dialogue now, because the dialogue, not so much as the plot, but how the characters are just, there's so many fucking moments, especially in the beginning, you know, where everyone's just talking, and it's like, I need this for plot elements, yes, but at the same time, shut up. Just shut up. No one will stop talking. I mean, you can skip the dialogue, thank God. You can skip all of it. It's not like you just go, A, or in this case, B, because I have to talk about that as well in a little bit. But you can just hit like minus on the gamepad. Again, I'm playing on the Wii U, so on the gamepad, you just press like minus, and you can skip all the dialogue. Their mouths don't move, and that's very jarring to me. Speaking as someone who grew up with Thomas the Tank Engine, the old school Thomas the Tank Engine, my number 9, their mouth's not moving, is very awkward. It's very contradictory, but I mean, it's just super awkward. These are people, goddammit. I mean, I guess with trains it makes sense, but with people it's weird. Just be like, hi, how are you doing today? You know? It's what the fuck? So that was weird. I really wish their mouths, even if it was like the old Japanese style, like as they're talking, that would have been good. That would have been acceptable, I guess. A little lazy, but acceptable. No, they just stand there with their mouths open or closed or in whatever. They're stuck in a facial, like they'll do their animation, like, for example, look over there, and then if they'll keep talking, they're stuck in this thing with their mouth open or closed, and they're just kind of doing their little idle animation right here, and it's like, it feels so just, it feels lazy, and it's like, why? Why couldn't you put the extra effort into making them move a little bit more? Have a few more animations to them for these cutscenes, because these cutscenes are all in engine. So I mean, I don't know. Is there anything else I can say about this? Again, I didn't get very far because I just at one point said fuck it. Tell me, I guess, if you've played all the way through, if you've beaten it at this point. I don't know. does it get any better? Like, should I keep playing it? I'm not doing it for a stream, fuck that shit. And I'm not gonna do a Let's Play or anything, kind of gameplay video on it. I'm just, no. No. But let me know if it gets any better. This is a pretty shortish first impressions video, but not good. I don't know if I had to give it like some kind of like a rating from like from Trash Talk from our show on Westside Studios. Out of 5, it would get like a probably 2 or something, just because it's like not enjoyable. Excuse me, in the slightest. So I mean, to a certain degree, Jesus, hold on. To a certain degree, again, the controls are pretty solid. But the level design and everything is just pretty archaic, and it's like, alright, we'll get through this, you know. And now, again, I played through the beginning, so maybe it's supposed to be like just super like, okay, here's your introductory shit, so, you know. And the little tutorials pop up, I didn't pay attention to them, I just kept going. So, I mean, you don't need those tutorials. They don't stop the gameplay or anything like that, thank God. You know, I wouldn't put it past this game to do that, but, you don't need them. So, I don't know if you can turn them off or anything. I hope you could. I didn't try and see, but yeah, tutorials aren't that bad, but still aren't needed. It's the main issues are some of the gameplay. Also, these enemies are fucking relentless. Jesus Christ! Like I know that Mega Man. Trust me, I know that Mega Man is supposed to be like one of those tough games where it's like it's kind of like a bullet hellish kind of a not boss rush, but like enemy rush-ish kind of game where it's just like you get ambushed constantly and there's all kinds of shit coming at you. But with a broken game like this, it's not fun. Or with a mediocre game at best, it's, you know, it's still not fun. If some people don't consider it broken, they'll at least consider it lackluster. They'll consider it like, nah, like, who cares, honestly? And just with the whole fact of how I don't even know if everyone still who backed the Kickstarter has gotten their copy, because Alpha Omega Sin, link down below, he can explain all this stuff way better than I can. With the whole things, the context of the game, with the whole thing of like, what you should already know the story, if you don't, then again, link down below. How people weren't getting their physical copies from, you know, when they kickstarted it, when they backed the Kickstarter, and when people did, like, people were getting wrong digital codes and shit, and it was like, there's just, what the hell was happening at that studio company that made it? I don't even remember the people who made it. I'm not gonna put it on screen either, I don't care. So yeah, my number 9, I don't care. If you want me to play through more of it, again, off camera, because I don't want to do anything like big or whatever for it. I'm not gonna devote a live stream to it. But if you recommend I keep playing, then I mean, also it takes up a whole lot of fucking room on the Wii U because it's like 3,000 megabytes, and I'm like, what the fuck? And I had to like delete a whole bunch of other stuff off my thing because I didn't have enough memory. And I don't have like my SD card's filled, and I don't have a USB that I just have lying around that's free of space that I can just use. And I don't even know if the game would fit on that USB because I have a bunch of other shit on it anyway. I don't know. It was dumb. I'm like, fucking Jesus. It took me like a long time to get, I don't have a specific, like, probably a half hour, maybe a little bit more, to find out what the hell to delete, to keep going back to the eShop, to find out, oh, I still have to save up more space, and keep going back, and it's like, why do you need that much space? 3,000 megabytes? Like, Smash Brothers alone takes like only like 11 or 1,200, and that game's packed with shit. I don't know, but in any case, my number 9 is not good. I don't recommend it. Mega Man fan or not, it's just, you're not gonna have a good time. So, with that being said, yeah, I'm Marcelo. I don't have anything else. I'm Marcelo. I'll see you guys later, and take care.